Welcome back as we move on to chatting to trainer Brett Crawford, and he sends out some really useful runners on the day, and we're going to start off in race number 2. But before we start off with race number 2, Brett, firstly, how are you doing? And you're telling me it's been very warm in the Cape.
Morning, Sheldon. Yes, it's been exceptionally. We've had a really hot week this week, so it's I'm hoping that it's not as hot on Saturday. Obviously, it does make things quite difficult for some of the horses when it's so hot. But other than that, all's well, and we're looking forward to a good day's racing on the weekend.
Right, let's get straight into the action. Race number 2, which is the Main Chance Farms Majorca Stakes, weight for age, grade 1, over 1,600 meters, and the stake is 1 million rand. In this race, you are sending out number 7, Fatal Flaw.
Shot away, went 2 or 3 lengths clear. Beware the bomb, Mon Petit Cherie, Gimmy's Countess is starting to low fly on that inside, but it's Fatal Flaw. Fatal Flaw got away, went 2 lengths clear. Gimmy's Countess is in second, but it's Fatal Flaw. It's the blonde bomber, Pierce Striker Stratum, that are going to beat Scarlet McCall. Third, very close. You've got Symphony.
And just looking at Fatal Flaw, after winning the Grade 1 Cape Fillies Guineas, that was an exceptional win. You must have been over the moon in the connections with that performance.
Yeah, very much so, Sheldon. She's a filly that's been very progressive each and every start that she's had. I think, her form behind Quid Pro Quo speaks for itself. And obviously she came to Cape Town. Everyone wasn't sure about the Joburg form compared to the Cape Town form. But she really put in a sterling effort and won a really good race.
And tell us, her prep, has it gone exceptionally well?
Yes, been very happy. James and myself have been over the moon with how she's come out of the Fillies Guineas, how she's progressed. She's had 2 grass gallops between the Fillies Guineas and the Mallorca on Saturday. Obviously not the best of draw, but it's a small field, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
That'll take us on to race number 5 on a 12-race program, and looking at the stake, 175,000 rand. You got number 7, Captain West, who's been off the track for 63 days. And I see you gelded him 2 days after he ran 4th behind 1 stripe. Firstly, how did he take his gelding?
Yeah, very well, Sheldon. Unfortunately, we just felt that he was getting a bit heavy in front, over his shoulders and through his neck, and we just thought it was inevitable that he would end up needing to be cut. So we decided to put it behind us, got it done. He's come out of that exceptionally well. I'm very happy with his prep leading into Saturday. Obviously, he does have quite a big weight to carry against some hard-knocking 4- and 5-year-old horses. But his work's been really good. I think the 7 furlong as a comeback is going to be a very good trip for him. And on his work at home, we're expecting him to run a really good race.
Next up will be race number 7, and taking a look at race number 7, this is a grade 1 for 1.5 million rand. It'll be run down the straight over 1,000 meters. Here you will be sending out Sir J, and looking at Sir J, obviously a horse who's got a lot of ability, and looking at the recent runs, ran behind Oriental Charm over a mile in the penultimate run, obviously experimenting over the little bit extra, and then last time the 1200 of that third to Outlaw King, see, was just hanging out a little bit?
Yeah, he had 63 on that occasion, Sheldon, big weight. So obviously, we did explore the mile, but we've realized that he's a better horse down the straight. Unfortunately, there is no Group 1 6 furlong in the Cape season. So, we are obviously forced to run in the Cape line. But when I say forced, it's not that we're unhappy to run. He's doing exceptionally well. We fitted cheek pieces to him just to try and sharpen him up for the event, so that he can be a little bit closer, because obviously there looks like there's a lot of natural speed in the race, and you can make no mistake, he will be one of the fastest finishing horses on Saturday.
Well, looking at this race, it's one of the most competitive races with all the Grade 1 winners in this field.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, obviously, a huge amount of respect for Dice. You know, he's going to come and try and retain his title. He is more of a 5-furlong horse than Sergey. But, you know, the Kenilworth 5, it's not an easy 5. It's an undulating 5. They don't run the same times they run in Joburg. So, you know, I think Dice, huge respect for him. But as I say, I really do think Sergio will run a good race. But, you know, I think there's more than just Dice. Give Me a Prince has to be respected. Questioning has to be respected. So I think there's a few horses in here, but I think it's going to be an interesting contest. But if you're playing wider perms, do not leave Sergio out.
Then the big one of the afternoon, which everybody will be looking to have a bite at, is the World Sports Betting Cape Town Met Grade 1. And this is for a gross stake of 5 million rand over the 2,000 meter trip. And your champion in the stable, number 3, Oriental Charm. Flagman's running a big race, Royal Victory. Tlatloui's running on, See It Again's on the inside. Trying to close in, Future Swing. Flagman with an explosive finish. Green with Envy's getting into it. And down the inside, yes, Cousin Casey flying. Cousin Casey on the inside, Oriental Charm. Oriental Charm from Cousin Casey. Royal Victory. He's certainly become a sensation, and JP van der Merwe and him have built up a tremendous record. And then just looking, you gave him a bit of a break. He came back on the 7th of December, and you must have been very pleased with the victory.
Yeah, very, very happy. I thought it was an excellent win. You know, obviously a distance way short of his best. So we were very encouraged by that. We were, however, a bit disappointed with his King's Plate run. But he did pull up with a few niggles after the race, which we did address. And we're very happy with him subsequently. So, you know, he's going into the race fit and well. He's got a good draw. It's more his distance now. I personally think it's a very open race this year. You know, I think, you know, 8 on 18, definitely a horse that has to be respected. As a young horse, it's not easy for them to take on these older horses, but he does look like he's got a bit of class about him. So I think it's going to be an interesting race. Rascallion, I think, is in great form. But at the end of the day, Oriental Charm, very pleased with him. And I think he'll run a huge race on Saturday.
How wonderful was it for you in the stable, for Greg Bortz, Leon Elman and Miss Gina Goldsmith to win that Hollywoodbets Durbanville? It must have been something out of this world.
Yeah, look, I mean, it was a plan that we had put in place for a good couple of months. You know, basically to just see it unfold and, you know, end up getting the result we did. We were very pleased with the result, and I mean, it was just an exceptional day, and obviously well deserved by Greg, Leon, and Gina.
And then moving on to Zapatias, he's drawn, unfortunately, at draw number 17. Oriental Charm's a well-drawn 3, a horse who likes to press forward. That draw, that's 17 for Zapatias. Obviously, he'll come in 1 with Green with Envy being scratched. His last couple of runs, he's been right on the heels.
Yeah, Sheldon, he's, you know, unfortunately, he's been a horse that's had a lot of problems. Hence the reason why so lightly raced as a 6-year-old. But I must say, you know, he's really come good this season. He stayed really sound, and I think each run, you know, he's run a decent race. Last time out, if you actually look where he was at the 400, he really made good headway. You know, he had a finishing time of 23.9 to only be beat 1.7 lengths. We've also fitted cheek pieces to him because we've found that he always hits a bit of a flat spot in his runs, and we're hoping this will just sharpen him up so that when Louis asks him for the question, it will be immediate. I think he's the dark horse in the race. I think there's a lot of value in his price to run in the first 4. So for me, he's a definite quartet play on the day, and you never know if the race is run to suit him. It would not surprise me if he put in a bold show.
Well, thanks very much for your time, Brett. I know you're very, very busy and everything going according to plan. Hopefully the horses do it for you on the track, and best of luck for the day's racing.
Sheldon, it's a pleasure. All the best.
Thanks to Brett Crawford joining us on the line. He's given us his thoughts on all his runners on the Met race card, and of course Zappa Tears he gives a chance to, and Oriental Charm from that draw, the Hollywoodbets Durban July winner. He'll be looking to add the Cape Met to his CV. So all that's left to say is to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell on the Gallop TV YouTube show, and you'll have everything at your disposal.